I don't know if you guys can see this clearly, but this right here is a beautiful robe that one of my one of my beautiful daughters brought back from Senegal. It's so nice, it's so comfortable. No, I'm not selling these, but they're gorgeous and it's very comfortable. I can wear it to the grocery store, I can wear it in the house, I can wear it to a summer party and still feel like the empress, the queen that I am. Make no mistake about it. All right, now on that note, I'm here to talk about Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I know, it's a tough subject, but I'm here to talk about Charlie Kirk. On the topic of Charlie Kirk, I actually had to really just sit down, compose myself, and take a breath on this right here. The world, not the world, but the people in the world, they're so misguided, they're so misled, and they do all of these horrible things under the how should I say, under their religion, under their gods, and they justify their actions through their gods. That's not what I'm here to do today. Here's what I have to say about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was a 30-year-old young man. My kids are older than him, or one of my kids are older than him. At one time, I'm 61, so at one time I was a 30-year-old young woman. When Charlie Kirk first started his work, he was in his very early 20s. I think 21, maybe 20 to be exact. And he made a lot of disparaging remarks and things about Black people, minorities, our work ethics and things like this right here. He was 25 years old. And here's what I hope to say to people who are being very hateful right now. You don't celebrate anybody's death, because every death has a day and a number. Your death has a day and a number. So you never know when that day is going to come. So you don't celebrate people's demise, especially a man who had 2 children and a wife that he leaves behind. Okay? I'm just going to say that. And then I'm going to move on, because I have no fear of saying how I feel. And when I speak on how I feel, I don't give a fuck how anybody else feel. This is my opinion, and this is my thoughts on the situation. When I was his age, I said things. Some things may have been hurtful or hateful, but we all say things. Hopefully, once information changes and we become more educated in our ignorance, we learn to adjust the sails. Now, I didn't know a lot about Charlie Kirk before his murder, but after his murder, I decided to go out and just research and find things out about him. And a lot of the things that I found out about him has been completely contradictory to what you're seeing in the press. Okay? And just keep in mind who owns the media. When I'm talking, just keep in mind who owns the media. Who benefits from a racial riot? Who benefits from 2 groups of people destroying the country that they live in to satisfy one group of people who own and control everything, including our politicians? I'm not going to call no names, because every time I call names, I lose platforms. But you people already know who I'm speaking of. Okay? Charlie Kirk was a young man who, from what I saw, went to Africa and worked with over 100 young African men. He also went to Black universities to talk to Black students, because Charlie Kirk was a gentleman who wanted to understand his belief system. He wanted to understand why people have certain belief systems. And as he met people, he evolved, but he never got a chance to completely adjust his sails at 30 years old. It was coming. He had already declared himself to be a changed man. He knew exactly before he died who the enemy was, and who's out to destroy this country. Love him, like him, or hate him. He was adjusting the cells, and that's what got him murdered. Okay? Now, that's essentially what I want to say. I have another video coming out in a few minutes here that I'm going to post on why I voted for Trump. Because in my family and the people around me, everybody either had these very, very stilt opinions, and a lot of hate. Like, I don't understand people murdering somebody because you have a different political view than mine. Like, is that normal? And then once the person is murdered, is that normal to celebrate the person's death? Is that what God want? Would Jesus have done that? All of you Christians, Jamal Bryant in a church screaming on how this man needed to be sacrificed and how he needed to die. Shame on all of you. And all of the people who got up and clapped and celebrated. You people are sick. Do you not understand, like, that's an illness? You're celebrating the death of a 30-year-old man who had a lot of life to learn and evolve. And he was the guy who was out there doing that. He was doing the very thing that God would have wanted him to do. Adjust the cells as information and education become available to you. A lot of you people, you need to go back and you need to speak to your God. And you need to speak to God. Because you people have no idea who you're serving and why you're serving that thing that you're serving. That's what I have to say today. God bless you all.